Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Siti Fatimah Mohamad. Together with Li Ying, we're going to present our paper entitled The Supply of Hospitality Fresh Graduates Competencies. Do we meet the work skills of future? This is the presentation flow. I will start with the introduction, literature review, research methodology, result and discussion, and finally conclusion. Let us go to the introduction. The International Labour Organization stated any country with the unemployment rate not more than 4% can be considered to have full employment. However, in Malaysia, the youth unemployment rate increasing from 11% in 2016 to 11.26% in 2019. Do you know why? Besides the economic downturn, there are reports telling that the job seekers, particularly our fresh graduates, were lack of experience and they had low competencies, either hard or soft skills. And there is also a report stated a mismatch between the competency supply and demand. And in the World Economic Forum in 2016, they have proposed 10 vital skills for the future of work, particularly in the context of IR 4.0. So the research objective for this study was to explore the supply competencies of hospitality fresh graduates from the perspective of restaurant employers. This study was important to be conducted to expand the literature of the competency field, particularly in the hospitality area, and to compare the supplied competencies with the employment skill for 2030 as recommended by the World Economic Forum. Next, I move to the literature review. The word competency comes from the Latin word competentia. Boyatzis in 1982 was the one who proposed the basic competency theory. Most researchers propose three primary elements of competencies: knowledge, skill, and attitude. As you can see in the KSA framework, normally competency lead to the performance on tasks or job activities. This is the list of competencies lacking from fresh graduate within the hospitality or food service context. You can see that teamwork, communication, leadership, interpersonal skill, and creativity were some of the key findings as reported in the previous studies. These are the 10 vital skills for the future of work in 2030 as proposed in the World Economic Forum in 2016. For example, the skill needed in the future is creativity, emotional intelligence, analytical thinking, and active learning with the growth mindset. This study employed a qualitative approach where the samples were selected using purposive sampling. The informant characteristics were the management position in Clam Valley Restaurant, involved in fresh graduate recruitment, have work experience for current position more than 6 months, and in the hospitality industry for more than 1 year. We used semi-structured interview as a tool for the study, and we obtained approval of human subject research ethics by JKEUPM, and we ensured the voluntarily, confidentiality, and anonymity. And the analyses were analyzed using thematic analysis with the help of Atlas TI software. There were 8 respondents in the study who had the position range from the supervisor to the restaurant general manager. The respondent had served for the current positions in between 6 months to 6 years, and they have experience in the hospitality industry from 1 year to 18 years. We extracted 8 key competencies that were supplied to the industry, and each of the key competencies was developed from a number of competency codes. We'll take a look at each of the key competencies in the next slide. These are the first 4 supplied competencies as perceived by the restaurant managers. The first one is the attitude or behavior, cognitive skills, communication skills, and knowledge in the discipline area. And these competencies were reported in 2 different connotations, positive and negative way. For example, like the attitude, the respondent admit that the fresh graduates were committed, they would like to know more and learn something new. But in a negative way, they think that the fresh graduates were a bit arrogant because they were degree holders and they thought they were smart. Another 4 supplied competencies are leadership, professionalism or work ethics, teamwork, and technical skills. But for the leadership and teamwork, the respondent only reported positive aspect of the competencies. this is a comparison between the competencies found in this study and the competencies proposed by the World Economic Forum for 2030. And you can see the first four competencies, attitude or behavior, cognitive skills, communication skill, and leadership, are almost similar with the competencies for 2030, okay, in the blue point, right? And the second one, okay, teamwork, professionalism, or work ethics can be concluded leading to the diversity and cultural intelligence and also to the judgment and decision making. However, for the technical skills and knowledge in discipline area do not reflect any of the competencies for the right side, right? So we have to work more on the emotional intelligence, active learning with the growth mindset, technological skill, and creativity. As a conclusion, there are 10 key competencies of fresh graduates that were supplied to the industry from the perspective of restaurant managers, where only 4 competencies are almost similar with the competencies needed in 2030 with different qualities. Okay, as we already know that they are two different connotations, a positive and a negative way. And for the implication, this study is anticipated to extend the literature on fresh graduates' competencies, particularly within the hospitality industry, and is also able to provide an insight to fresh graduates and educators on competencies that need to be infused or to be improved in university curriculum. However, there are some limitations while conducting this study where the area coverage only in Klang Valley and focus only in a restaurant industry. So it is recommended to include states that are identified as tourist attraction and to include other sectors such as hotel industry. These are the references for this slide. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation.